Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's this time of the week that we like to say, Welcome to Eejits of the World! With you,
Glenn Wool, and you,
Andrew Maxwell,
the pair of us,
our Eejits.
and then we're gonna find other ones to show to you.
What is an Eejit, my friend? Well, it's somebody who's made a terrible decision. A terrible decision that other platforms might mock them for. We're not here to mock the Eejits and fools of the world.
That's not what we're doing.
No, that's not what we're here. We're here to, what are we here to do? We're here to
Celebrate them.
Celebrate them.
Lift them up.
Uprise
Show
the
them
Eejits.
show their faces to the sunshine.
Yes, put our lips to the chalice of their lives.
Suckle from their idiotic nipples.
I couldn't have put it better myself, Mr. Glenn.
Why would you want to?
And what a cornucopia of clowns we have for you this evening, today, whatever time you find this. We have the Eejits of quitting.
We have the Eejits of psychic animal communication.
We also have the Eejits of Argentinian politics.
And maybe the biggest Eejit of the last 20 years, from beyond the grave, is making an appearance.
Ooh. I hope something sealed his fate.
Yeah.
This week, Snoop Dogg online released a statement that he has quit smoke. Snoop Dogg? Say what? Snoop Dogg. I finally, after a consult, it was a picture online of him like in prayer mode, looking sad and all the rest of it, very serious, saying, after long thought and consultation with my family, I've decided to quit smoke. And I quote, it says, "Please respect my privacy at this time."
Consultation read ultimatum.
Yeah. but also like,
I didn't do a lot of talking in this consultation.
but also like, it's like he's quit smoke and everybody's like, oh my god, Snoop's quit marijuana. No, that's not what he said. He's quit smoking marijuana, which in an era of super powerful, ubiquitous Californian edibles where he lives, not quite as impressive. It's like a statement saying, "I've quit beer," announces the new owner of Jägermeister Castle. Okay. Right? You've quit this shittest way to ingest it.
Yeah.
That's it. And I'm not sure. Like, he put this statement out, this image with the statement on it. He put it out at 3:27 a.m. You know what I mean? Nobody makes major lifestyle decisions at 3:27 a.m.
None that stick.
No. None that don't involve calling somebody to bring more drugs around your house.
Yeah, I've quit marijuana, so please bring some crystal meth. I'm gonna be California sober of marijuana.
I've quit smoking. From now on, things are getting injected or sprayed onto me or shoved up me.
It's all going into the eyeball.
Like a real man.
Yeah.
Apparently it's his second time round trying to quit.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Apparently he tried to quit in 2002.
And what happened?
He didn't. He didn't. Apparently he's meant to, and I don't know about this, but he's meant to smoke 80 blunts a day.
There's not much time for anything else if you're doing that.
No, there is not. And he's a busy man. I think if he smoked 80 blunts, well, you know what a blunt is.
It's a hollowed out cigar with
filled with weed.
With marijuana.
Yeah. Of which you then inhale the weed and the cigar.
You're not supposed to inhale cigars.
I know. But you tell that to a drug addict. What else are you not supposed to do, junkie? You know, weren't meant to hawk your teeth to the local pawnbroker either. And yet, here we are. You keep smiling at me, Gummy. You're only going to be happy for another 20 minutes. Yeah, 80 blunts. And I think if he was I don't think he smokes anywhere near as much weed as... Because he was given an award by the marijuana...
Smoking weed?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
The Californian marijuana industry, which is legal, of course.
What a ramshackle trophy that would be. Like, we were supposed to get it, it was supposed to be really big, but we couldn't get around to the shop, so we got some tinfoil and we just sort of... We got it. It's the bong.
It's a used bong. It wasn't meant to be used, but Gary forgot the bong, so we smoked the trophy. Are you cool? I don't know. But yeah, he's... I think if he smoked as much weed as he did, I think the cookery show with Martha Stewart would be a bit more one-sided. You know what I mean?
A lot of the stuff they'd prepared earlier wouldn't be there when she went to get it. And here's one.
You icky, snicky, big bang, wiki. Y'all know how it is. I just ate that plum pudding when it was still raw, y'all.
Well, this is what I think. Because he says he's no longer going to smoke. I think the doctors have just looked into it and said, "You're so high, you are not going to outlive this. You don't have to smoke anymore because you can't get any higher." And this is still gonna last. Like he's one of those guys. He's like, I'm not getting anything off this edible, but he like on a massive like. So yeah, that's what I think happened with him. I think it's a workaround of some because what would have to happen to Snoop Dogg now that he's like, that's it. I got it. Like, did he get high and eat his daughter's wedding cake in the garage? It's just like you say, he's been speaking in a made-up language for the last 15 years. One that he made up himself. It's like a pig Latin of some sort.
Yickety bing bang, yickety snickety bing bang.
Snizzles, whizzles, and all right, Dr. Zeus. For snoozle, man, a noozle.
Just walking his daughter down the aisle, just crip walking. For shizzle, there is no cake izzle for y'all to enjoy tizzle later. I think it's like his high will outlast him. Yeah. So that he will one day, hopefully a very long time from now, because he's an incredible show business character, but one day he'll pass away. But like his high will live on like a ghost.
When they cremate him, his high will spread over Los Angeles like a fog.
Yeah. It's smug tizzle to my schnizzle. Keep your windows closed, izzle.
Yeah, they're cremating Snoop Dogg today, so please take all your pets inside. It's just, as soon as that high hits, the sun is just like...
I think I'm up enough. Can this just be dawn all day?
Yeah. What happened to the moon? The sun ate it. Sorry, man. I thought it was a pie.
I hope. Well, I mean, like, I hope they cremate him. Yeah. If they bury him, there's going to be a lot of worms just popping up. Hey, Make me fly, bird. I want to fly like you birds, man. Your wings and your feathery amazingness. The native Indians believed that you had spiritual powers. Did you know that, Sparrow? And then the fucking sparrow eats the worm. Now the worm's now the sparrow's like
DDT.
just pigeons flying around. Woo!
Yeah. What happened to all the vultures? They're just all really high right now.
Vulture's just going, God, we eat the dead. That's so weird.
Yeah, but I could do some more dead stuff.
Yeah, but one of the things, he's very fucking baked. He's a very high man. One of the things, he said, I didn't know this. In the last 10 years, he's been trying out alternative personalities. Do you know this?
What?
So there's Snoop Dogg, who we know. Then he reinvented himself as Snoop Lion.
Oh, yes, the reggae.
The reggae artist, Snoop Lion. Right? Which is...
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure.
How's he spelling lion?
This is the one where I just sleep into midday every day.
You're from Jamaica for shizzle. Shizzle manizzle.
I'm just a Jamaican dude who lived in America a long time. I don't even bother with the accent. Brilliant. But this one, have you heard of Snoop Todd?
Was he like an investment banker?
You're not far off. Snoop Todd is Snoop Dogg's white alter ego. Oh, this is a whole level of how high were you when you thought of this, Snoop? Snoop wears a blonde wig and whites up.
What?
Yeah, I mean it. It's all out there. It's a character he invented that he lives as.
And he has a show on Fox News. The Nation with Snoop Todd.
With Snoop Todd. Too many of them are crossing the border. Are they jokers? But that's the voice he does. Well, you know, I wish Snoop all the very best on this path of sobriety. You're not gonna like it though, dude.
Yeah.
You're not gonna like. Number one, I don't think you're actually gonna be doing it.
No.
It's like, you know, it's like when Homer Simpson said he was quitting beer, but he was actually just keeping it in the flushing part of the toilet. That's what it very much feels like.
Yeah, he's got to work around. He's got some in his tooth or something. Crack.
All my mementos in my house are edibles. Snoop slowly eating his house.
Well, we salute you, Calvin.
Yes, good luck to you, buddy. We wish you all the very best on your new path.
Yeah.
I wonder if when he sobers up, he's like, what the fuck was I doing with Martha Stewart? Shit, am I... What?
All the Snoop Todd videos are just slowly taken down. The more sober he gets. And he just, till the end, he's showing up to people's houses. He's like, I understand you purchased one of those country and western albums I released. I'll buy it back.
Yes. Calvin Broadus would like to formally apologise for pretending to be a white guy with only a catchphrase. Well, good luck to you, Snoop. Yeah. We wish you all the very best, buddy. You know what I mean? It's a long, weird journey. And,
yeah. We're looking forward to meeting Snoop Clean.
Snoop Clean. No wig, no smile, no catchphrase. Yeah. Do you have a story for me, Mr. Glenn?
I certainly do. I almost fell off my chair when I found it. Like, it's just got so many levels and layers.
Like a municipal parking lot?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is your story about public transport?
No.
Oh.
No. My story is about a young, well, she used to be a property lawyer, which was a fine profession for her. But then she found, Andrew, that she was able to psychically communicate with animals.
One day you're just doing yet another conveyancing. Mm-hmm. And then...
Even that, the way she found out she could communicate with animals is she talked to somebody that was able to, and she went, yeah, you know what? I can do that too.
Who is this?
Her name is Nikki Viscones. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, but I don't have a hamster here to tell me exactly how to say it.
You're not going to get ratted out by a badger. She'll never know. She can understand animals, not people.
Yeah.
So
hopefully there's no mole in the system.
This I like. So what happened? So so we have a property lawyer. Where is this? Where's this happening?
Arizona. No, it's not in Arizona. She lives in Philadelphia, in a little village north of Philadelphia.
She's a property lawyer.
She was a property lawyer.
And one day she's getting about her business, and what happens?
She finds out that somebody else is able to communicate with animals, so she decides she can too, and she now has jacked in the job. She's no longer in the high-flying world of property real estate law. She's now, for an hourly rate, she looks at a picture of your pet.
Yeah.
And asks the picture questions. And then she gets her readings from that. And then you get a recording of her talking to the picture of your pet and her relaying the answers.
Wow.
And I mean, you've got a pet, yes?
I have a pet, yes.
How much would you say you would feel would be an appropriate price for this service?
To understand what my dog was thinking.
Yeah, what would you be willing to part with?
Well, considering my dog only has 3 thoughts. Right? Hungry, ball, poo. Right? I think I'm pretty much there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I suppose for a minor, out of curiosity, maybe like five units of money.
$550 an hour. That's what she's pulling in.
We are in the wrong fucking game here. We are in the wrong game.
Yeah, you know what? And I want to be mad at her and call her the Eejit, but she is not. I tip my hat to the player. It's not her fault. She didn't make this world. She's just inside it. And if you...
She was just born with this supernatural ability.
Yeah. But if she can't expect it to not do it, and apparently now she's really booked up, it's hard to get an appointment with her because that's where the world has gone to now. That people are wondering if you're wondering what your pet is thinking, and you call up this woman to have this done, your pet is thinking you're an idiot. Your pet is looking at you going, I can't. Oh my God. Thumbs are wasted on humans. Why are you in charge?
Amazing. If you paid hundreds of dollars to find out what your pet actually thinks of, and it turns out inside your pet is a personal financial advisor. And your pet's just like, why are you wasting money on this? You're meant to be salting it away for your pension. Do you know that you haven't filled your entire tax-free allowance for your pension? Huh? It's a strange thing for a terrapin to think.
She's probably glossing over all that advice. She's actually infantilizing these pets. All of the pets are screaming. This woman is a shyster.
I'm telling you, nobody listens to me because temporarily I'm an eagle. 40 years of eating things, grabbing them with my talons. But deep down, I want you to know you're not investing wisely. Everything about this, and it's I assume it's just living animals, is it?
No, she can communicate with dead ones too. Which I think is possibly because she probably got sent a picture of a dead one to test her, and
she aced it.
Yeah, she was. They were like, "Well, that pet's dead." Oh, I can. That's another. That should have been. That's a $750 service. I didn't realize I was contacting the spirit world of the pets.
Yes.
It's just my Wi-Fi. It eats more data, so that's actually.
She eats more data, so it really sucks up the old data, because you had a pet lamb. That would not be a good vibe. Just wait, I'm trying to contact the spirit of my dead pet lamb. Oh, it's inside 50 different people in a gastropub right now.
Its soul is in a stew.
Yes, so she's not going around these people's houses.
No, she's just sitting at home.
She's remote. She's remote working. She's a Zoom animal telepath and clairvoyant.
Yeah.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah.
God, I've never felt more envy in my life. That's the best job ever.
Yeah.
And all she needs for the power that is naturally imbued in her to come to the fore is see a picture.
Yeah, she can ask questions to the picture and communicate via the picture. She doesn't even need to be in the same room as the pet.
Wow. What an incredible power.
Yeah. And you know what? Because if she...
What about a drawing of an animal? What if your animal passed away, right? You, for whatever reason, never took pictures of them, but your kid did a drawing of the dog. Put it on the fridge.
I'm pretty sure she could work with that.
You reckon? I think it'd be probably quite two-dimensional. I think it'd be a crude caricature of...
I'm sorry, the answers will be very vague. It's just a drawing of your...
Son.
But I tend to respect her for this more than like a regular psychic who's like, I got your aunt here. She wants to say there was something with a B word, a B. Something about a.
Yeah. You recently had a job? Yeah, I've got a job. I know all of that.
Yeah, but if it's just the pets, it's almost like, I mean. How much harm can she do?
And yet.
Unless she's giving terrible advice.
Like, oh, yeah?
Yeah, your dog wants to be put in a giant catapult and shot into the sea.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully she's not getting a hold of your man, son of Sam's dog. Your dog wants you to go on a murder spree.
He's very clear about this.
I'm sorry. He's a 5-year-old chocolate Labrador. Yeah, he's actually a demon from thousands of years ago that really hates to see young Italians dating. Pardon? He's very insistent.
I could tell you his name, but you wouldn't utter it.
He's he wants walkies and the obliteration of his enemies.
Yeah.
But I mean, what animal would you like to actually, if you could? Obviously, she can. Obviously, I mean, her powers are undisputable.
No, I was saying.
I would have thought she was bullshit, but when I found out that she qualified for law in the great state of Pennsylvania, These people never lie.
I-
A property lawyer.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the pinnacle of truth and efficiency. These are the great, you know what I mean? What animal would you like to be able to see inside the mind of?
Well, I've never seen one and wondered what it was thinking. It's always pretty obvious. They don't, they're not moody poets.
They're not just, yeah, you don't.
Staring out the window of a train, going, "Oh, I wonder what makes him so sad."
Just a bunny rabbit just looking off in the distance. I wonder what he's thinking. God, I'd love one of those fucking orange cocks. I think they call them carrots. I'd like to see inside the mind of a snake.
Yeah?
Yeah. Whether it knows that it doesn't have any arms or legs. Like, does that freak it out? Does the snake think that's weird? Like, oh, that's weird. Look at all those things hanging off it.
Yeah, yeah, I'm just a mouth. Just a mouthpiece.
I'm just a mouth and a bumhole. You know what I mean?
Hey, man, I've been to parties where that's all you need.
Wow. Yeah, I've been to the snake pit. Yeah. Well, I think, good luck to her, like, moving forward, because there's always more animals.
Yeah.
They're very popular.
Yeah, yeah. And
I wonder what accent they have. Do you know what I mean? Do wild animals sound like country bumpkins? You know what I mean? Here, who's thinking my thoughts? I'd love a brand new combine harvester.
Well, that's what she said. The reason she reckons she's able to do it is because humans in ancient times, before language, were able to psychically communicate with animals, and she's just remembered how to do that.
Yeah. And in ancient times, before we could had any language, when we did psychically communicate animals, all we said to them is, "Come over here, fucker! I want to cook you."
Yeah, yeah.
I want to eat you.
Not even cook, just gnash to death with her teeth.
I'm gonna eat you.
I don't think you'd tell somebody that if you could.
No, I would imagine that would be very much a showstopper at a gathering.
Yeah.
God, I would eat you raw.
Yeah.
I'd like to eat you raw and then depict you on the side of a cave. My name's Susan. Hello. Oh, sorry. Yeah, what I meant to say is, I'm Nigel from the apartment above. I'd like to get together with a band of extended cousins and hunt you across the Serengeti.
Yeah. Take no notice of this stick with a rock tied to the end of it. I just use that to pick my teeth with.
God. My name's not George the Bludgeoner. Well, good. Well, I mean, what it suggests to me is that there's an awful lot of Americans have an awful lot of money.
Yeah, yeah. And not just Americans, it's all over the world. People want to know what their guinea pigs are thinking.
I think the weird thing is, I don't think humans have any capacity to do that. I'm going to go all weird and Dawkins on this one and say I don't believe that.
I think you'd have a consensus with the planet on that.
But I think animals can understand what humans are thinking.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
To an extent.
Yeah. I think dogs understand humans way more than humans understand dogs.
Yeah. They know when we're in pain and
yeah. They know when we've eaten the wrong thing.
Yeah.
They're good fellas, dogs. I can understand why somebody would want to try and understand what their dog's thinking, because their dog is such a great fella.
I think if you ever found somebody that could actually communicate like that, you'd just find out that, like you say, the dog is just, it doesn't love you. You feed it, and that's what it likes about you. and everything. It's just, it's pretending to love you because it's a business arrangement, and if you ever stop feeding it, it would turn on you.
Oh, I see. That's what you think of my dog. You think my dog's a four-legged
Not
fluffy
just-
whore.
Yeah,
You think my dog's a whore.
yeah,
That dog that was snuggling up to you 10 minutes before this record.
yeah. Like a hooker.
Just like a hooker. Covered in fur, shits in the garden. Classic whore behaviour. Goes nuts at the postman like a whore.
That's bad breath.
I think some animals are smart and nuts. Did I ever tell you about the time a man gave me an owl?
What?
No?
As payment or something?
No, just gave it to me. I was in a pub in Kerry in Ireland. If you don't know what Kerry is the island of Ireland. Everything the outside world says about the Irish people say about Kerry men.
Right.
It's a very condensed version of Ireland. It's also known as the Kingdom. It's a hell of a county. But I was there for my brother's wedding about 5 years ago. And the next day we were having the hangover day in the pub in a place called Schneem. And Schneem. And a man walked in with an owl.
Is there car racing?
It should be. Yeah, there should be. It's rural Ireland. There's small economy cars moving fast at all times. So the man walks in with an owl.
Get out of this joke, sir.
Take the Archbishop and the Rabbi and fuck off.
You forgot your giraffe.
The genuine man walks in. I'm very hungover, as you would be the day after your brother's wedding in Ireland. And the man just walked in with an owl on his arm. Excuse me. I'm just burping there.
Oh, I thought it was going to make you cry.
Well, it was quite emotional.
It was the love of my life.
Turns out they're not very wise.
And they're terrible lovers.
Awful.
Invest in crypto.
Shut up.
You'll make millions.
Shut up, Al.
Andrew Tate's misunderstood. Have you got a picture of an ape yet? You can sell it for millions.
Shut up, Owl. You're the stupidest owl I've ever met.
Somebody get this owl psychic out of the bar. I'm sick of listening to it.
So the guy just comes, I went, oh, so it's an owl. And the guy went, oh, it's yourself. Andrew Maxwell, isn't it? I went, yeah. Oh, I love you on the telly. Have an owl. And just gave me the owl. He just took the owl up, stuck it on my arm, and just buggered off. And I didn't see him for several hours. He just left. Turns out his wife ran the kitchen in this restaurant pub, and he went off to see her, and I was just owl sitting for hours, just walking around a boozer with an owl on my arm. It's so weird for the regulars in the pub, just like, number one, is that your man off the telly? And he's got an owl.
Does he always have an owl?
I didn't know. So I walked around with the owl for ages, and everybody was like, oh my God, there's your owl. And I, after a while, once I realised he'd put it on, like a gentleman, he put it on me not drinking arm. So that was fine. So I could still drink pints and have an owl on my arm. And it was actually a very pleasant evening. But at the end of it, he comes back, and I had a great chat with him. He runs the falconry show in the local castle and fancy hotel where the wedding was. So that's his, you've seen the falconry shows.
Yeah.
So he had out in his car, this is awesome. So he had one of those sort of minivan cars, and in the back he had owls, hawks, eagles, peregrine falcons, all your raptors, all your hunting birds, right? And he said, I went, how do you train them? He goes, you don't really train them, you just don't feed them. He goes, that's all you got to do is just don't feed them for a day before the show, and then they'll come back. Because they're stupid creatures. If you feed them, they'll just off, and you'll never see them again. They'll just be gone. So there's no training at all. They're just hungry, and they just come back for the tidbit on the, did you give them? But he said, he showed me, and they were all, very well looked after and whatnot in the back of his They all had their individual cages and whatnot in the back, and he was on the home. He just nipped in to see his missus. But sat up front, pride of place, in the front passenger seat with his own extra large cage. There was a raven, which he had raised from a chicklet. He'd found this abandoned raven.
What?
A chicklet. It was a baby.
Is that what a baby raven is?
Oh, no. There's probably an obscure word like a sununtun. You seem to have found a wild
Well, a
sununtun.
chicklet is a piece of gum. But
Right. I found it stuck underneath a school table. So he's got the raven up front. And I went, why is that there? And he goes, because I've got to keep him separate from the other birds. Because I discovered that the raven was retraining the birds to work for him, not me. That's how smart ravens are. It was all the other birds were starving because it had hypnotized them to give their food to him.
and so now nevermore.
Quote the raven, nevermore. How cool is that?
Yeah, they're good.
So I would like to know what's going on in a raven's head.
Yes. Yes, and I bet you she can't do ravens for whatever reason.
The raven does her.
Yeah.
After a couple of consultancy, she's now just building a nest. Just getting fluff and putting it together with sticks. Why am I doing this? I'm a property lawyer.
I just have to get this mouthful of grubs over to my master.
I've become so good at regurgitation, guys.
Reminds me of my law days.
See the world slowly conquered by the ravens.
Yeah.
Where would they be? The front row at Fashion Week. That's where.
This is where all the regurgitators go.
Yeah, like a sort of raven version of Charlie's Angels. These poor supermodels just to get into the buffet. And they, these backstage areas, like, they put a spread on. Nobody ever eats it until now, and they're all like,
I eat. I never put any weight on.
1 peck means no, 2 pecks means yes. It's always 2 pecks.
Well, there you go. Here's to you, animals.
Yeah. Thanks for telling us what you think.
And your dubious interlocutors.
Mm-hmm.
It is now time to turn to the Eejits of Latin American politics. Dun 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 da. Whatever this gesture is. Yes, Argentina, that lovable nation that produces some of the world's greatest footballers, some of the most liberal popes, some of the finest steak, and by God, some of the most handsome rugby players, has once again done it again and elected Javier Milei.
Oh, yes, I know what you're talking about. He looks like an Elvis impersonator. Yeah.
Yeah, if you haven't seen him, the man that Argentina has just elected to be their president looks like an Irish farmer pretending to be Elvis Presley.
Yeah.
It's what he genuinely looks like.
Yeah.
He looks like a man from Meath who thinks he's the king of rock and roll.
He's got an act. He goes around to restaurants and stuff, and they book
1
it
for the
out.
money, 2 for the show, 3 for the cattle. Let's go, Joe. Step on my blow sweat hose.
Yeah, he's got a really poor version on a cassette. Like, it doesn't even have the real music. It doesn't have the real singing taken off. He just sings over top of it. It's enough.
It's enough. It's enough for the people of Meath. And Argentina. He's just by a landslide. He's won. He's quite an unusual character. He is an economist. Now, considering for those you don't know,
that's a good idea, by the way. Get an economist in. I see no problem yet.
Well, they knock out too many economists.
Right.
Argentina produces more economists per year than anywhere else on the planet combined. 15,000 new economists every single year.
Well, you'd think they'd have a great inflation rate at that point.
No. No. Argentina's been blessed with some of the most fertile land in the world, some of the best looking people, you name it. And yet it is an absolute economic basket case. So much so that they've entrusted this guy with a go. He is famous for showing up at rallies with a chainsaw.
I've seen that. He's like a leather face. He's just swinging this thing around, and it's got all of the hallmarks of a dad dancing at a wedding. Like it's too close to everybody. It's not.
Yeah,
it doesn't have. He's not a professional chainsaw juggler by any means.
No, he is just ranting about budget cuts while waggling a live active chainsaw very near people's faces.
And it doesn't look like they've just put a chain in, and it doesn't look like a prop.
Yeah, he's how would I describe it to British and Irish people? I don't speak Spanish, but when he talks, you in your head you imagine it's the Spanish version of Les Dawson. It looks like it's going to call people of Argentina. He looks like a northern entertainer.
Yes, yeah.
Take my wife. You know what I mean?
He's got a bit of a widow twanky face.
He does. It looks like if this Argentinian politics doesn't work out, he can definitely do a summer season in Great Yarmouth.
Well, I'm very much looking forward to Andrew Lloyd Webber's take on this version. Maybe we can seduce Andrew out of his hiding. One more stab at an Argentinian political musical.
Don't cry for me.
Coming on stage like Eminem.
God, how would you describe this guy? He's got all sorts of quite eccentric ideas about how he's going to change the economy. Trump loves him.
That's always a good sign.
Oh,
quality assured.
You know what I mean? If you're loved by the guy that will only shit in a gold toilet, while a Russian chick watches him. You're in it.
Yeah, and he needs that. That's not something he enjoys. That's just how it works now.
Right. He reckons he can lower inflation by getting rid of the central bank. He's going to dollarize the economy. He also wants to slash the size of the government. Now, Argentinian men have a reputation for being sexist pigs. This is fairly well known that they're pretty sexist. He's really running with that. He says he's going to abolish the government department of culture, sport, and women.
I mean, is that one department?
Well, I see anywhere else in the world, I'd assume they were separate departments. But Argentina, do not, is all the finest things in life: culture, sport, and the women. In one department, the department of manly pleasure. It is previous. Like, there's so many crazy facts about this man.
Yeah.
He is one of his before. He was an economist. This is what he was sort of he's a famous talking head on television in the world of economics. And that's how he rose to fame. But he used to be the lead singer in a Rolling Stones cover band. This guy doesn't look like Mick Jagger. Like, Mick Jagger is...
But he does look like a guy who's in a Rolling Stones cover band.
Oh, yeah. As the roadie. Like, He's a small, fat, very Irish
So
looking.
you just have to have your hair like that all the time? Yeah, I'm in a band.
It's like a
It's
little
okay.
bit. I'm Mick Jagger, the Santa Claus years. Do you know, when Mick out of season, he regales the children of Kent.
He's just chasing a solitary balloon around the stage like a 70s version of he's bedazzled one of his teeth. So he's got this little because I miss you.
Because I missed you. He's also this is the guy who's the new president. He also,
won.
Yeah, he also live on another TV interview bragged about how he's into tantric sex,
Oh no.
and he only comes every 3 months.
Can you imagine what that looks like?
It's
Got a dick like a python that swallowed a pig. Just watching this old 50-year-old load of fucking sperm dust making its way up his dick.
many countries have a space program. They're wasting too much money on going to space. Not here in Argentina. I just save up all my manjos. And then I will go to a safe space in lower Patagonia and just launch my jishum at the moon. We will only truly know whether I have been successful in this mission if in 9 months' time there is a mini moon with my face on it.
And just the sun all high still from Snoop Dogg. Oh, there's another moon.
Oh, maybe that's the reason why the sun on the Argentinian flag has a smile on its face. Have you seen the Argentinian flag? Is that? Icarus, Nickers, Snoopy Dogg been in Buenos Aires, y'all. It has a weird enigmatic. If you have a look close up on the Argentinian flag, there's the sun's right in the middle of it, but it has it almost like Mona Lisa style smile to it. What's that? Has the president tried to fire his load at me? That's for me to know and you to find out.
I didn't realize the moon was on the Argentinian flag.
No, the sun is.
Or the sun, yeah.
Yeah. So,
it?
yeah, man.
I gotta look into that. I see it as a blue and white flag. Is there a sun in there?
There's a blue and white business, and right slap bang in the middle of it is the sun
Wow.
with a smile on his face.
Yeah.
There you are.
Well,
There you go.
is the sun still smiling after the new... do they have to, like, the nation, how the sun's mood is reflected on the flag?
Well, 55% of people like him.
Well, that sun ain't going to be smiling in a few years, I'll tell you that much.
I mean, how fucked is your economy that you went, do you know what? Let's give the backed up guy with a chainsaw a go. Let's give him a
Hey,
shot.
he just finished singing Start Me Up. He's got a little time on his hands. Let's see if he grabs his hips and Mick Jagger walks over here and leads the country into a recession. I would rather have Mick Jagger run my country.
Fuck yeah. He'd do it for free as long as we threw Vestal Virgins at him. I wonder how old Mick will be when he fight. Do you know what? We talk about Mick Jagger a lot
We
on here.
really do, but
He's worth it.
yeah.
I think he's almost the patron saint of Eejits. Do you know what I mean? Oh, Mick. He's still knocking them out.
He's still knocking him
Still
out.
knocking them out.
Poor guy. He can't even be a... He's almost beyond parody, in so much as that if you made a spitting image puppet of him now, you'd have to like sort of soften it. he's now like, he's his own spitting image puppet.
Yeah, I think that's probably always been Mick's face. But a great quote about Mick Jagger years ago. So it was one of his first girlfriends, because he is an unusual looking fella. You just got used to it. The whole world's got used to Mick's weird ass face.
Yeah, aliens wouldn't stand for it. Like if aliens showed up, with the aliens with tentacles coming out of there, like that looks weird.
His mouth is too big. We were not trained on Kurkwakong 5.
Why does he keep clapping in the middle of his songs? But a great quote, we'll get back to this guy in a second. Great quote about Mick was, one of his earliest girlfriends went, Mick refused to accept that he was anything other than extremely sexy and hot. And that's the attitude. Don't Botox yourself.
No.
Don't scar yourself, men and women out there. Don't be those kind of fucking Eejits. Just look yourself in the mirror and go, I'm hot. Hot like Mick Jagger.
Well, and here's the thing. A lot of those sort of duck-faced women look a bit like Mick Jagger. Look on...
And weirdly, they're always hanging around with a fella called Keith.
Yeah. Who they don't get along with, but
Right.
they stay together.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know why? Because they both love Charlie.
You get it. You get the ding-dong, ding-a-ling-a-ding-dong-dong. The word of the day.
All righty. Well, very good. Well, we wish you all the very best, Argentina. We really do.
You're gonna need it. Javier Malou.
Yes, good luck with your latest. Hopefully one day your economy will perform as well as your sportsmen and women do.
Yeah.
How about that? Good luck to you, the land of silver.
Another suitcase, another haul. That's a song from Evita. I took a deep cut there.
Oh, right. I didn't know. Well, there you go. Do you have, Mr. Glenn, a final story for me?
Well, I do.
So-
Osama bin Laden wrote a letter to America in 2003, I believe. Or he
Right.
called it a letter to America.
Right.
Is that, yeah.
Yes.
And they've all found it now. And
Who have?
the children of the internet, the TikTokers.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah.
Right.
And you apparently don't know what else Osama bin Laden did, because they're all like, it's, you got to really listen to this guy. He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, there's this. Osama bin Laden is now a TikTok star from beyond the grave.
Yeah.
Because of his letter to America, which in the world of TikTok is, it's just culture eating itself, people sampling stuff, people constantly doing covers. And this is super stupid, but appropriate to the level of stupid this story is. When I saw that Osama bin Laden's letter to America has become huge on TikTok, I genuinely thought it was Letter from America by the Proclaimers. What? Osama bin Laden did a cover of the Proclaimers.
Or did like a guest on the album. I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more
To create global jihad.
other 500.
And I will slit the throats of 1,000 infidel. Can I just stop you there? Osama, it's a bit more of an upbeat drinking song. So let's take it from the top, shall we, son? Okay. I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more. And I will avenge my people by blood in the streets for 1,000 years.
No, just take it down one notch.
Okay, maybe maiming? Can I mention maiming?
Well, it's not really. I mean, could you at least wear the glasses with us? It would help with the look of the band if you could put the horn rims on too.
Okay, but I keep the beard and
Keep the beard. That's fine, but
Okay, from the top.
Yeah.
And I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500 more, as I take my stick and I beat the backs of the infidels for 40 more.
Do you want to talk to him, or should I? Let's just let him go. Let's just tell him. You know what? That's a great job, Osama.
Please, before you interject, I'm really going through something in my life right now. And being part of this band and being Leith's favorite sons is really holding it together for me.
Well, that's what makes this so much harder to do, Osama.
Take a look at the rail track. A letter to America.
Okay, again, Osama. It's
You will find out that Kashmir will run with blood. No?
It's not the market we're looking for. It's I mean, it's a large market. Don't get me wrong. And if the album doesn't work out, we're coming back. We'll do your versions.
Okay.
Why don't we do 2 albums? Why don't we do one for jihadi extremists, and then we'll do one for America too.
Okay.
Okay, so you do. That's what we'll get them to do. We'll get them to do the. Yeah.
Just read the letter out.
Why don't
Spoken word. I do it as spoken word.
Why don't you just play the tambourine on this one?
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah. I actually saw it. It said Osama bin Laden's become huge on TikTok. I thought, what? Just Bin Laden in a crop top doing a little dance routine. two other high school girls. Just
hijinks on the escalator.
There's nothing I like more than to do a dance cover of Taylor Swift.
Further proof that everyone likes Fleetwood Mac. Miming to dreams.
I love Letter to America. Usually it's all death to America, blah, blah, blah. Everything is somebody else's fault. It's all your usual crazy murderers manifesto. I just wish it had been more like, hello, America. I hope your Christmas plans are going well. Here in the cave, we are also preparing for the blood feast of season. Actually, here's the crazy thing about this story. They go, because the algorithm is so bonkers on TikTok. They were like, where did it start? Who put up? Because it was originally, it was archived in the Guardian newspaper's website. Right. So somebody took that and put it onto TikTok, and they were like, where is it? And they looked around because there is loads of jihadi elements there on TikTok. It wasn't him. They don't know who exactly it was, but they know it actually started in wellness TikTok. That's whoever originally put Osama bin Laden's screed onto TikTok. It started in wellness TikTok. I'm like, was that like hashtag cave life? Hashtag bullet therapy. Hashtag learning to fly.
Guys, I just found out that Osama bin Laden was a rich kid too. We should listen to him.
Hashtag van life. It's crazy. What exactly is the therapy, you think?
Yeah. I can't get on board with it. It's just, it just shows what happens. We're now so divided that anybody who's saying anything you agree with, you just gloss over anything that they've done and go, well, I mean, he was right here. So
there's a lot of gloss.
There's a lot of gloss.
It takes a fucking lot to gloss over 9/11.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or you're wearing a lot of gloss. You're already fully glossed.
Yeah.
Staring into a camera. Going, guys. Stalin. That's why all the hipsters have moustaches now.
There's a big
because
thing.
Of Joseph Stalin.
Yes. Stalin gets a really big pass. I find, people...
Yeah.
People don't bring it up, but...
From the TikTokers.
Maybe that's who's been ripping all his plaques down in Russia. Just YouTubers that with their $1 million an episode budgets.
Well, actually, in all fairness, I think it's a little bit of a storm in a teacup. Because they said, there's actually been 2 million views of all whoever's put it up. That's not that much.
It's
there's 1.6 billion people on TikTok a day. On the same week where it got 2 million views over a week in various uploads of Osama bin Laden's letter to America, the same week there was 200 million views of #GymTalk. So let that be a lesson to you, ghost of Osama bin Laden. If you just pump those gnarls, if you just scrunched the scroops.
That would be great. Remember when he used to send tapes out?
Yeah.
If they were all just like workout tips.
And don't forget, the blood of your enemies is great for building muscle. Oh, the kids. Well, good luck to you, kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll see you on TikTok.
Yeah. Yeah. And don't worry. It's not... It's nothing evil on TikTok. Anything you've learned there is good, and it's not being run by a foreign government that won't allow their own children to view it. You're fine. Learn everything you need to do from TikTok.
You better believe it. And don't forget to like and subscribe to Eejits of the World on TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that bad. Just you used to watch our stuff.
Yeah. If you want crazy middle-aged men and beards opinions, come to us. Right? Yeah. You want unhinged, semi-embittered opinions of bearded middle-aged men? We're the guys.
Yeah. Come on. We'll never fly planes into anything.
No.
Far too lazy.
Not at all.
That's a lot of planning.
We're not interested in planning.
No way.
That's why I only wrote 7 words on this entire piece of paper. And somehow we've ended up with an hour.
Less. Even less.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on this week's
Eejits of the World.
Please find us on all your platforms, like and subscribe. It all really helps us. This has been a Pod People production.
A Pod People production.
Pod People production. Pod People.
In collaboration with